Hello there, everyone. This is Andre of GVGINU. Thank you very much for lending me your time and your ear and listening to another idea that would be good for the Wii U. And this one is another idea that I kind of came up with. I mean, I'm pretty sure other people have had similar thoughts. But I had another idea that I thought would have been a given, but it's like, it's not. So, yeah, the name of the idea is Me World. This idea, I actually thought of two different variations for this idea. So I've named one Me World, and the other, I'm not going to tell you the name yet. I have it, but I'm not telling you, because that's going to be another video I'm going to do. But the premise behind Me World is to basically take what was in Nintendo Land and expand it. Firstly, I'd say I'd take all of the attractions from Nintendo Land and just toss them into Me World. Obviously, I would add online multiplayer. That's something that has to be there. Then I'd also have like other Nintendo themed attractions. Like I'd probably put in like a Star Fox attraction or maybe a Fire Emblem attraction. There's a lot of different things you could do with this, but the general premise of Me World is sort of to take the fashion oriented portion of Splatoon and the way that the hub world of Splatoon is designed and combine that with Nintendo Land and kind of just expand it and make it much bigger instead of having just like well, I would turn it into more or less, instead of just having like one dedicated attraction for a Nintendo IP, I'd turn it into a big virtual amusement park where there are Nintendo IP oriented type sections. So like I was talking about before, you'd have a Fire Emblem section, a Star Fox section, a F-Zero section, a Mario section, a Legend of Zelda section, you get where I'm going with this. A Donkey Kong section, where you would take you'd have the attractions, like the games to play, in these different sections. Each one would have a single player oriented game or attraction that you can play. One that is a 2-player co-op type of thing that you can play, and another that is an online multiplayer competition type of thing where you play with other players online and you'd be competing in teams against each other or individually, depending on how the game is set up. Also have a 1-on-1 versus type of attraction for each one. I'd want to have something that everybody can kind of play, like a lot of different people can play in these sectioned off areas, where you could have local 101 or local co-op as well as online. But you'd also have like a section where this is where I think this idea would kind of take off, where you could actually, you play these games, you could earn tokens, and those tokens could be used to buy outfits and things for your Mii, like different things that you can use to customize your Mii. And as much as I know people would be like, well, we don't really need to do this, but we've never really seen the Mii's get much customizable stuff for your Mii outside of, I think, Smash and maybe Tamagotchi Life. It's not a whole lot. So I'm thinking I would like a game where there's like just basically this huge city almost is what you're playing, but you're playing an amusement park, but it's like a big city. I'd say the amusement park is a city. My brain is a little rattled right now. But you're playing, so like you have all these different places that you can go to. Obviously, there'll be a menu for you to quickly jump to whatever you want to get to. But if you want to spend your time, you could look at these highly detailed different buildings and artwork from Miiverse, as well as other things that Nintendo wants to throw in. And also have, like I said, online mode. This game would also serve as a social hub. So you, with your gamepad, if you're playing on, like, while you're online, other Miis that are walking around are actual people online playing. They're not just like the Miis there on the servers. They're actual people that are walking around playing. So any person that you see, you could walk up to and message them. I'm not going to say talk, because apparently voice chat is not probably going to work, because voice chat can't be censored to the point where you can like sort of cut inflammatory language. But you should be able to, at least, like, you see a me walking back and forth. I mean, I'd rather have voice chat, at least for friends enabled, for people that are friends of yours who are on your friends list. But you see a me and they're headed to the same attraction as you. You can message that person and say, hey, let's play this game. I'm looking for somebody to play with. I can't play it by myself. Do you want to play this game with me? And simple messages and stuff like that, and type it out on the gamepad screen, and you guys can converse back and forth, where you'll have like a little conversation bubble. Like their Mii's face will pop up on your gamepad once you start to interact with them, and vice versa. And as the conversation goes, their face will have their little text, and then your face will have your text, and you can communicate that way. And like I said, you can use this to talk back and forth with other people and be able to play games with them that you can't normally play by yourself, whether it be something competitive or cooperative. You could go into games, versus games you can go into at random and play randoms. But if you don't want to just necessarily play a random person that you haven't talked to, or like maybe you get in, like you play someone and you see them, you've played someone in a game and you enjoyed the competition you had with them, you could go to their Mii and talk to them and say, hey, let's set up and be as friends. We could keep competing with each other. We can keep challenging each other, something like that. Or eventually be like, hey, you were so good at this game and I enjoyed playing against you. Why don't we take on this mode, on this game together in Donkey Kong, in Donkey Kong's jungle or something, or Link's Lost Woods, something like that. Like all of the Nintendo themed areas would have their own names, but I'm pretty sure people follow where I'm going with this. But like I said, you could sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. There are shops that you can go to, which there would be shops within the themed areas and then a general shop outside of the themed areas that you can go back and forth to purchase different items with the tokens that you win in the game, and actually customize your Mii to look like how you want them to in the game. And like I said, it'd be a social hub world type thing too. Literally, basically, Miiverse is integrated with this thing where anybody's on Miiverse, they're there in the game, and if they're playing the game, they're moving around like you are with you at that very point in real time. So the Miiverse characters will be standing around like NPCs in like a standard open world game, whereas other players would actually walk around with you, if people are following what I'm saying. And I know this type of thing is possible, so that's what I would like to see. I can't really think of all of the games because that would take me too long. I'd have to think of like at minimum like 8 games per Nintendo IP. So I don't know if I could necessarily do that. But hey, anybody else is willing. Anybody else who's up for it, I say go ahead. Think of some games. Heck, y'all can do that in the comments right below, and I'll participate in the conversation with you. So I'm pretty sure if we bounce ideas off of each other, it'd actually sound pretty fun. But as sad as it is, I think I'm done with this idea because I can't really explain it too much more, because I've given the general idea. It's literally a super expansion to Nintendo Land that gives people online play and gives them more stuff to do, as well as things that they can do to customize their Mii. And I'd even say that the shops would allow you to purchase equipment to use in the different games within the game. So that way, like, for instance, you're playing the Legend of Zelda and you're playing a battle mode where with sword and a Hylian shield, Hylian sword and shield, say you could purchase an axe to use instead of using the sword, and for the shield, you could, to replace the shield, you could buy any varying number of different shields, or maybe just go without one altogether, depending on the equipment that you want to use. Like, say you purchase a big Goron sword, you can't necessarily use a shield on your arm, and they'd have to use it two-handed. And you could also pick whether or not your Mii is left or right-handed. Yeah, that would make more sense. I think really that's about it. Anybody else got any other ideas they want to bounce off of this? Because this was like, as you heard me talking in this video, I was developing the idea. I mean, I had the premise for it, but I was developing the idea as I was talking. I do have like another idea for a Mii game that I have to actually make the thumbnail for. So I'm going to make that thumbnail and I'm going to do that video. But outside of that, thank you very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.